Hey guys, I'm Anvita, and in this video we will be learning about plant hormones. It's not a very difficult topic actually, so here we go. Let's now go with the classification of plant hormones. Plant hormones can be classified into two types. The first one is growth stimulators, which encourage the growth of the plant, which stimulate, they are responsible for bringing about the growth of the plant. While the other is growth inhibitors, which suppress the growth of the plant. Actually, in this video, we will be concentrating only on growth stimulators. So there are three growth stimulators. First one is auxins, second one is gibberellins, and the third one is cytokinins. And in growth inhibitors, there are two of them, the first one being ethylene, and the second one is abscisic acid. Coming to the first type of growth stimulators, auxins. Auxins were the first growth hormones to be discovered. Auxins are powerful growth stimulants and are quite effective in small concentrations. Very small amount is required. Actually, that's why I think auxins got their name, because in Greek there's a word auxion which means to grow. They are synthesized primarily in the shoot apical meristems and young leaves. Actually, in higher plants, they are present in more concentrations in the actively growing regions of the plant, which is the shoot tip and the root tip. It induces the formation of adventitious as well as lateral roots. Coming to the function of auxins. Auxins promote the growth of stem, roots, and fruits by cell elongation. What actually happens here is during cell elongation, the plant cell wall is actually very stretched out. It is stretched, and this hormone auxin will loosen the cell wall. So that time what happens, this cell wall of the plant is stretched like a rubber band which is under tension. Auxins delay leaf senescence. It means aging of leaves. So auxins delay the aging of leaves. Auxins promote the growth of apical buds and inhibit the growth of lateral buds, which is also known as apical dominance. Actually, here what happens is, in majority of the vascular plants, the apical buds dominate over the lateral buds. Usually the apical buds grow and the lateral buds do not grow fast. So what happens here is, until those apical buds are cut, the lateral buds will not grow. So auxins promote this phenomenon of apical dominance. It can also induce fruit formation without fertilization in fruits like apples and banana. This phenomenon is known as parthenocarpy, and the fruits that are formed by parthenocarpy are known as parthenocarpic fruits. The fruits that are formed, which means parthenocarpic fruits, are actually seedless. Coming to the second growth hormone, that is gibberellins. Gibberellins are synthesized primarily in the meristems of apical buds and the roots. The main function of gibberellins is to promote the growth of internodes by cell elongation. Internodes is the region between two nodes in the shoot of a plant. It breaks the seed dormancy and initiates seed germination. Here the word initiates is very important. It delays leaf senescence, sharing this function with auxin. They promote fruit growth and are capable of inducing parthenocarpy. This hormone enhances the longitudinal growth of internodes in dwarf plants as well. They are used commercially to improve the shape of many fruits, like the length of grapes, the shape of apples, and all that. Gibberellic acid is used in malting and brewing industries. Coming to the third phytohormone, that is cytokinins. It is the phytohormone that has been discovered comparatively recently, like in its 1950s type. Cytokinins are synthesized primarily in the roots and are transported to other organs of the plant through the xylem vessels in the form of a sap. It promotes chlorophyll synthesis in chloroplasts and delays leaf senescence. See, this delaying of leaf senescence is its main function. That's why cytokinins are also known as anti-aging hormones. In seeds, like kuti seeds, cytokinins cause expansion of the cotyledons. It breaks the seed dormancy and promotes germination. And the very important point here is, cytokinins stimulate plant growth by cell division. See, because of these cytokinins stimulating the plant growth by cell division, this growth of the plant can happen even in the non-growing regions, the non-meristematic regions. This phenomenon of this cell division of cytokinins is what differentiates the cytokinins from the auxins and gibberellins, because auxins and gibberellins stimulate growth by cell elongation. Here it is cell division. So this is one of the important function of cytokinins. Now let me give you a small tip. Just a small tip that I wanted to give you guys is that, see, whenever we want to memorize something, like actually this plant hormones topic has a lot of memorization things. So especially for students who are going to write exams. So what we should be doing actually is like just take up a topic and read it once or twice. Just read it. So we register the subheadings and we know what are the keywords, where, what, everything we know. Then after that, we study it like 5 to 6 times. Don't give a pause. Like just study top to bottom, completely study it. That time it will register in our mind. And after studying it, grab a person, make that person sit in front of you and teach that topic to that person. So that time you register the topic yourself. You learn it better yourself. Actually, teaching is the best way to learn it ourselves. It's a proven method. So actually the convention that most of the students follow is repetition. Repetition is a very bad technique of memorization. It's proven that repetition is usually associated with short-term memory. So whenever we repeat, like example, you want to by heart the functions of, you want to memorize the functions of auxins. So you keep on telling auxins delays leaf senescence, auxins delay leaf senescence, auxins delay leaf senescence. Then like 1 or 2 hours you'll remember, okay, fine. Especially when you have huge syllabus to cover, that time you tend to forget and you tend to get totally confused. So once you do this auxins delay leaf senescence 3-4 times, you'll tell, then the next day you will be like auxins stimulate leaf senescence or delay leaf senescence. So that type of confusion is what we want to avoid. So I think the method that I told really works well, and I'd recommend this to all of you so that you can remember whatever you've studied easily. So thank you so much guys for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. Keep watching my videos because I'm trying to make it as interesting and as easy as possible. And we'll be continuing the plant hormones of like the growth inhibitors in our next video. Hope you won't be waiting for long. So do try the tip that I told you just a few seconds ago. Try the tip and do let me know in the comments box. Thank you so much.